Hi, I'm Kerry, and this is Mike.
Hello.
And today we're going to look at how I made the volume projector prop from the video game Volume.
Ah, it's a good game.
You've heard of it then?
I have. It's pretty cool. I made it. It's cool.
Yeah.
This is a piece of what do we call this in the industry? Is this called plastic?
Yes.
Okay.
No, it's a sheet of styrene.
Styrene. As in polystyrene.
Well.
Okay. You've got to give me those moments, Gary. So what you're doing here is you're drawing out.
I'm marking.
Front, right?
I got this. Basically, I'm making the entire thing out of one sheet of styrene. So I'm marking out the middle base plate and then the sides, and I'm cutting it by scoring it with a Stanley knife, and then kind of going in and bending the plastic. You don't have to cut it all the way through. You just need to give it a nice sharp score line.
Nice
and
socks,
then
by
bend
the way.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, I filmed this a while ago now.
This is on a worse camera than the other stuff as well, I think.
Yeah, it's quite a big piece, so there are going to be times where I can't fit everything I'm doing into one shot. So you'll see my feet.
That's
and
cool.
my legs and things. It's not interesting.
Very cool. So what's this? This is.
So this is the back plate for it, and I'm marking it out. So I check the angle on one side. I'm using measurements of the in-game prop, and then I'm using the markings on the cutting mat to match everything up and get the angles exactly the same. And there I'm checking it against the other back plates and cutting out all the pieces. And wow, the light just keeps on shifting.
It's good. It gives a sense of the passage of time. This is you slicing.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of this. A lot of
slicing plastic.
Yeah, I think 3 score lines, and then got some pliers. Bent the edge of that piece of plastic off.
Don't spoil it. I think we're gonna have to watch it. There you go. See, there you go.
I might cut some of that footage down. You're going to sound like an idiot now.
I am going to sound like an idiot. It's true. We're all edge of this bit. You want to do 3 scores and then slice off the edge of that video footage, I think. And this is you. This is you working out where the lights are going to go. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I've got the so in the game the projector projects different colours and it's got these 3 diamond lights along the front of it. So I've got 3 square RGB colour changing lights, remote control lights, that I'm going to fit in, and then I'm going to fit a casing around the outside of it to mimic how it looks in the game. So yeah, cool. I need to measuring. There's a lot of measuring involved in this. Like, I just keep measuring it.
It's fascinating because obviously, I'm used to seeing this in the game, but it's just interesting to see the process that you went through to put this together. What are you doing there? You're drilling.
I'm drilling holes so that I can go in and cut along those lines. It's easier than just cutting along the lines if you've got a hole at the end point. It means that you don't cut past that point.
Is that not actually on there?
It is.
Is that rotating?
Yeah, so I've sped it up, but it's a vibrosaw.
Right.
So it's not rotating; it vibrates back and forth and cuts like that. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay, it looked like it was. Yeah.
No, it's not even completely circular. It doesn't go all the way around.
So this is you gluing these together?
No, actually, I'm using something called plastic weld. Which melts the styrene into itself.
Oh right. Okay.
So it's not that it's gluing it. It's that it's
literally bonding.
Kind of breaking apart the molecules, and then they're bonding to the ones on the other side.
That's really cool. Why use that rather than glue? Is it just stronger?
It's tougher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because these are very fine edges that I'm sticking together, and a thin section of glue wouldn't necessarily hold it, or it would hold it for a while, but then it would break. It's a stronger bond.
It's more secure, fair enough. So then you work your way around. I'm assuming from the gas mask and the gloves that this
it's very fumey.
And would presumably melt you if you touched it. No.
I mean, it's not good for human skin.
I don't think anything you use is good for human skin.
Yeah, it says avoid contact with skin and harmful to inhale. But
okay.
Yeah,
it's really cool. Is this the first time you'd used this, or is this something that
It's a lot of fun. But particularly styrene's pretty bad to inhale. You don't want to be breathing that in.
So here I'm peeling off.
Yeah, I'm peeling off the plastic. So there are sections that I want to be shiny that I'm going to be preserving that shiny plastic surface. But these are going to be sprayed grey and primed, so I don't need it on there. There's a lot of sanding involved. I'm going in with some car body filler and smoothing out all those edges.
Nice.
There we go. Car body filler.
I see. So that's just where there was something kind of not quite aligned perfectly.
Exactly, or there's a little gap or something. Yeah, I'm going in and making those edges nice and straight. And then sanding, and then probably another round of car body filler, and then sanding again, and then eventually primer. Because what that first coat of primer is going to do is show you exactly where all the issues are. It's going to show all that kind of stuff up. So here I've got the parts to attach the lights, and for the back section of the piece, it's going to have what looks like a bright yellow power cable coming up the back, which we saw earlier in the in-game footage.
Yeah.
And it's going to have a switch, which I'm attaching there. The switch doesn't attach to anything, but it's nice to have.
But it does work, and I like
working
that.
switch in the back of it.
I can fiddle with it. Yeah.
So I'm using the plastic weld to stick that in, and then I'm attaching a couple of other pieces.
Yeah.
And this is the main power box that goes on the back. More plastic weld?
Yeah. I can tell that plastic
stuff.
weld is going to be the contact adhesive of this video.
I've got it here. I've got about a third of a bottle left.
Okay.
Yeah, I used quite a lot of it.
Yeah, you've been quite generous with it there.
Well, actually, this is glue. So I've welded those two pieces together, and then I went in with the glue just to because this is the where the switch is going to be. People are going to be
that
pressing
I'm going to fiddle with it, so you're making
yeah,
a little bit
I know
stronger,
you're not going to take it easy with it. It's a prop. You should be able to do whatever you want with it.
Fair play.
A bit more filler.
Okay.
Time to go in and fill those edges again.
It's slightly more manageable than the larger section, isn't it? It's like less stressful, I'm assuming.
Small. Yeah. It's certainly easier to get around with the filler and the sanding block. Yeah.
Like watching someone ice a cake, but not a very tasty looking cake.
Yeah.
Oh, speed up.
Good.
What's the foam for?
It's not foam, it's a sanding block.
Oh.
It's
okay.
I mean, it is foam. It's kind of a spongy piece with sandpaper on the outside of it. I've got a few of them.
Oh, you got the switch on. Switch is on.
Yep, and it works. See,
nice.
And it's tough, and it's in place, and it's not breaking off. Hang on. Okay, there's a sanding block.
Oh, okay, cool.
Not that anyone can see me handing it to you.
No, but I can play with it now for the rest of the recording.
Yeah, although it's a bit dirty. It's got like...
Yeah, there you go. Take that away from me. I'm now covered in bits of that polyfiller, basically.
No, it's not. That's resin. I was sanding some resin. Anyway, ignore that. So this is the inside of a light fitting. You know, the kind of ones you get in lamps. And what I've done is I've just removed that, and I'm only using the plastic sections from around it to make that power adapter looking thing. Yeah, exactly. And then I've stuck the end of a power cord in it, I think. something we weren't using, or I wasn't using.
Hopefully.
And I've just glued that together, and then I'm gluing the two pieces together. And then a little bit later on, probably about 90 seconds, because I've got like the 90-second dry glue. And same here, that's just
plonk it down.
Epoxy glue on the back there.
So that's the actual cable, isn't it, that's being used for the RGB
lights?
No,
No, that's my point. This is a cable that doesn't do anything.
Oh, I see. But then you
the
tie
box,
it there
the box underneath it that's screwed on there is
doing
the actual
lights.
power cable.
Gotcha.
And I'm just taping the two together.
Okay.
I did play around with the idea of running the actual cable up through the back of that section at the back there. The piece that's going to be yellow. But it was a bit complicated.
Too much hassle,
and it looked messy as well. I think it looks nicer that you've got these two cables coming out of the back of it and running together in one piece.
Yeah.
All done.
Needs a bit of paint though.
Yeah, maybe.
Are we gonna get to that?
No.
Oh, no, not yet.
At some point.
It's
possible.
So you're making the lights now.
Yeah, I've checked the holes. They're all sanded and the right size. So I'm just again using epoxy glue to stick those in place.
Gotcha.
Although I feel like they've actually got like sticky back adhesive sections on them, but I'm not using those. This is the hole. I've drilled a hole for the sensor for the remote control, the lights for the lights. So I'm just sticking that in just above one of the lights.
Yeah.
It's just a tiny. You can't even see it on the finished thing. It's just this tiny little black
I became
dot.
Quite good at aiming at it though when needed.
Yeah.
In every shot you've seen of these lights coming on, I'm just out of shot, like with a remote.
In the live action trailer, because
yeah.
this has been used for several different things now. We've taken it to events, and it's been used Didn't someone use it in the background on a piece the other day?
Yeah, I think we gave it to a TV studio to do a review of the game or something. They borrowed it for. Yeah,
yeah. So it's been used a fair bit.
Itself around, yeah.
So in the middle of the whole thing, there's a lighting stand, and here I'm using plastic weld again just to stick all the. Well, first of all, I glued kind of an internal frame onto that lighting stand using bits of the stand itself, and then I plastic welded that. The main piece onto that frame, and then this is the front section that I'm masking so that when I spray the entire thing with primer, I don't get anything on that front bit that needs to stay gloss black.
Gotcha.
And honestly, so I don't spray paint the lights either. That would be bad.
That would be not good.
And then here is the tricky bit where I try and fit all of that stuff on the inside of this shell. I mean, obviously it'll fit. It's just getting it all to stay in place. Like there's a little cable poking out the side there that I can't see yet because I haven't got to it.
And
so I went around
painting it.
Yeah, I went around the whole thing, plastic welded it together, and now
very weedy. I've clearly not weeded that garden for a little while.
Yeah, but let's not talk about that.
You don't talk about how weedy garden.
No. So yeah, this is just the first coat of grey primer that it's just from Halfords, it's just a car primer. And this is going to show up all of the places where it needs more filler or more sanding or just any problem areas. And that's okay there because it's still
Instagram lighting as well.
It's still got its plastic coating on the outside of it, but so the masking tape around the edge is just so that you can mask off the edges. Here,
oh, that's my head.
It's you. We had to go out and buy a tarp because it started raining. Because British summer. Of course it started raining.
I remember the tarp.
It's fine right here, but later on we're going to need that.
Okay. I think I remember the fight to get that off in time, but yes.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing that again. So this is you doing what? You're just kind of noticing issues.
I'm going around it. Yeah. I'm putting filler, sanding. Mm-hmm. Here you go.
I see. And the thing about
so I am in quite a few places. I'm sanding right back down to the styrene underneath, but it's fine as long as it's smooth and I can. Well, I've sprayed both edges of the switch.
So the primer's main job is to kind of show you where problems are. Right?
No, its main job is to create a surface that the final paint finish will stick to. But it does show up the problem areas as well. This is the two of us trying to put up a tarp in the garden while it rains.
I remember you running into the living room and telling me this had to be done.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
And then I hid under it for a couple of days while I painted things.
I wonder what our neighbours think we do. Probably best not think about it, really.
No. The amount of time I'm wandering around in a respirator mask. And overalls. And
a Breaking Bad situation.
Could be doing anything.
Yeah. So this is black paint you're putting on now?
Yep. Mm-hmm. It's just that back section. I've masked it off with the very glamorous masking tape and carrier bags.
Robert Dias bag.
Dias carrier bag. Bit of Tesco there.
Imagine nowadays you'd have to pay 5p for each of those bags.
I don't think anyone outside of this country is going to understand that.
Okay. That's okay. I'm here mainly for the UK audience.
Yeah. So inconsiderate.
So what are you doing here?
I'm masking off the... so I bought some plastic plates. They're the hors d'oeuvre plates. I got them from a party company.
Nice.
And the bigger ones are going to be the outer part of the casing. And then the smaller ones, I'm going to put a frosting spray over the top. Mm-hmm. And that'll be the inner section of the light casing.
Very cool.
There you go.
I didn't know until you did this that you can buy frosting for glass or plastic that makes it look... cloudy. I love that. I always assumed there was a much more in-depth process that's involved.
There's that, or you can buy frosting sheets as well.
Really?
You just buy it and then you can put it onto windows and things like in bathrooms and stuff. Yeah.
Whole new world. These are stencils.
Here, this is the giant stencil. just to go along the front of it.
This is a great example of
so
like
long.
something that's a great idea in a video game, and you never think about like the realities of making like. So we basically have like it's a slightly shinier surface kind of.
You have the shiny surface, and then you have the matte circuitry pattern.
Just picks up the light basically in like a couple of cutscenes.
Yep.
But because you were like taking this seriously.
Yeah, maybe a little too seriously.
Perhaps a little too seriously. It became a whole thing that you had to then kind of mimic.
I spent a whole evening.
I remember. I think Daz actually had to redo this texture for you, like in higher resolution, just so you could.
I thought I got it from Wayne.
You may have got it. No, you will have got it from Wayne. Actually, think about it. Yeah.
Daz and Wayne. Everyone knows them, obviously.
Daz and Wayne. Daz the concept artist.
Here I'm drawing lines across the middle where those diamonds are, because I'm going to have to, like I have on the left there, I've cut the diamond out of the middle, and then I'm going to need to remember where it goes back in again. So the lines help me locate where the diamond fits onto the surface. And here I'm just pulling off the masking tape and the plastic covering there.
Nice. Oh, my arm.
That's not important.
Probably my way to the computer.
And then this is spray mount, but it's so it's a spray adhesive, but it's kind of a low tack one that's going to come off again easily.
I'm on Skype. I just saw myself on Skype to my coders in the reflection.
That is the most interesting thing going on in this video. And then these are all the little these are all the little pieces that aren't part of the main outline of the stencil.
This is so much effort to go to for something.
I know.
We really
Also, wow, that's one hell of a Dutch angle I've gone for there.
That's cool. It's dramatic.
Not necessary.
So now you're spraying.
So that's it. Yeah, this is the next
on the
day.
matte or the sheen? I can't remember.
I'm spraying on the matte.
Gotcha.
I'm using the same matte spray that's on the back of the piece there, and then the styrene is already shiny.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And there I am, pulling it off.
That looks so cool, and it looks really cool in real life. That I'm sorry for that.
It's fiddly, but totally worked. Like that, I really I love how this came out. It's
a beautiful detail. I just feel terrible that we made you do it.
Oh, it's not your fault. It's Daz's fault.
Yeah, that's true.
For designing it that way.
Absolutely.
So there you go. That's what the original looked like. And then it came to pulling off the masking tape. Because it's standard silver spray around the outside, but it got in underneath the tape and melted or done something to the glue that made it stick to the surface. And it's all right because I went in with lighter fluid and cleared it off. We're about to see that, but it's kind of what I love about this bit is how they're just plates. They're teeny tiny little hors d'oeuvre plates, which I didn't really know was a thing.
That's apparently a thing.
And the two of them just fit inside one another so perfectly, and almost exactly to the scale of the
must
piece
be nice
in
when
the
you
game.
Find something like that just saves you time, right?
Well, not only does it save time, it just feels really satisfying that there's something out there that I can go, I can just put these two things together and it works, and I don't actually have to do that much to it.
Do we have lighter fluid in our flat at all times, or do we keep it in the shed? Seriously?
No, it's right here.
What I love about that is it's so very, very close to all my computer equipment. It's good.
Well, so there's not much in there. I'd say a lot of people have lighter fluid. It's really good for cleaning stuff.
That's true.
And lighting things.
On fire.
Yeah.
Like computers.
Yeah.
And this is it on set.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
I think that's you playing around with the lights.
My elbow, yes. Because that was my job mainly. Like we had professional directors and stuff actually kind of doing the cutscene. This was a live action trailer, but I was employed to stand off camera pointing the remote control while Charlie did his thing with it.
And so that's it. That's the finished thing.
That was interesting. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool because I've seen and interacted with the final thing, but there were lots of bits of that I didn't know how you did them. It's cool.
I mean, and that's not even all of the footage. There's days worth of footage I didn't use for this. That was a pretty big job. That one. That's cool. Quite a long job. So that's it for this video. But if you'd like to see how I made the costume for the Volume live action trailer, here's a link for it.
Nice. So that's where the link will come up.
Yep.
Can you just say things? So if I say things, you have to put them in. So if I say, and here's a link to the live action trailer.
Yeah.
Boom,
there it is. That's done.
That's there. And yeah, everyone watching this who likes it should like it in a literal sense by clicking the button, and you should subscribe to Kerry's channel because it's very good. And maybe even if you've seen this and you thought I want to play the game in which this prop appears, you should go and play Volume on PC or PlayStation 4.
I'll put some sort of link.
You don't have to.
It's in the description.
It's alright. It's a pretty...
I'll put something in the description.
Okay.
Anyway.
Bye.
Bye.